A very good morning all of you. Welcome to lecture number 28. In this lecture we are going to cover how to do the binary multiplication using a combination logic circuit, as well as we are going to see how to design the comparator circuit to compare the binary numbers, either maybe 1-bit binary number or 2-bit or maybe 4-bit binary number. Okay, in the last lecture we have seen how to do the arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction with 1 bit as well as 4 bit also with the IC adders, IC subtractors. So in this lecture first we will see binary multiplication. As you have seen in case of adder, first we have seen 1 bit adder, then 2 bit adder, then we went to full adder, and then we went to 4-bit parallel adder, 4-bit parallel subadder. Similarly, we are going to use first 1-bit multiplication. That means you are going to have two numbers. The two numbers having only 1 bit. Let's take simple example. You are having only A0 and B0. You want to multiply A0 and B0. So if you want to do that, you have all possible combinations. You are going to get a product term. So if you look at all the possible combinations, so that means you are going to have two inputs. That means your combination logic circuit will have something like this box. You are going to have two inputs, that is A bit and B bit. In this case A0 and B0, you are going to have only one output, that is product of your A0 and B0. If I consider all possible combinations of A0, B0 for the product, so I can consider both zeros, product is 0. Then I can consider 0, 1, product is 0, 1, 0, product is 0, 1, 1, product is 1. So if my inputs and outputs are clear, my truth table is ready, I am going to use basic gates for my combination logic circuit. In this case, if I try to write a K-map for my product term, so this is my A0 bar and A0 and B0 bar, B0. If I write it, will be 0, 0, 0 and 1. If I write my product term output, Y product will be A0 into B0. That means I can simply use one AND gate. So I can use simple one AND gate to get the product of two 1-bit number, whether it can be 0, 0 or 1, 0 or 1, 1, whatever it is. So this is how you are going to do the 1-bit multiplication. Now I am going to show you how to do the 2-bit multiplication. So in case of 2-bit multiplication, your numbers, that means your two numbers, your two binary numbers having 2 bits, that means you are going to have A0, A1 and B0, B1. In this case, if you perform the multiplication, you are supposed to multiply A0, B0, get the partial product, then you are going to multiply A1, B0, then you are going to have B1, A0, then B1, A1. So in this case, if you look at here, you not only need AND gates to get these partial products, but you also need a adder to add these 2 bits. When you add these 2 bits, you are going to generate sum as well as carry. So that means you are going to add one more adder here. So when you want to get the multiplication of two binary numbers, you need AND gates for partial products and adders for addition of partial products. So that means you are going to use one AND gate for A1 B0, one AND gate for A0 B0, one AND gate for B1 A0, one more AND gate for B1 A1. Then you are going to add one adder for adding those two, and one more adder here adding this bit and the carry generated from these bits. So your circuit will be something like this. You're going to have A0, sorry, B0. B0 I will be having two AND gates. Here two AND gates, one AND gate input is A0, another AND gate input will be A1. So that means you are going to produce A0, B0 here and B0, A1 here. Now you're going to take one more, two more AND gates. You're going to have B1 here. B1 also will have two more AND gates. In this case also it is having A0 here. This is also A1 here. Now you are going to produce B1 A0, B1 A1. If you look at your multiplication table, your multiplication procedure, you're supposed to add your B0 A1 and B1 A0. So that means you are going to use 1/2 adder for adding these two bits, and this partial product will be, you are going to take as it is. That means you are going to take this partial product as it is. So this, let us assume C0 partial product. Now I am going to take my B0 A1 here. I am going to use 1/2 adder. So I am going to get my sum 0. I am making it as C1 here, and whatever the carry generating from here, that will be given to next half adder, which we are going to place it here. So this partial product will come here. Now it's going to produce this, nothing but sum. It's going to produce addition of this carry as well as the partial product. It's going to produce sum as C2 as well as one more carry out as C3. This is carry out. So this is how you are going to generate a binary code, that is C3, C2, C1 and C0. This is nothing but our product result, a result of your A0 A1 multiplied with B1 B0. To cross check this circuit whether the circuit is working properly or not, I am going to take simple example. My A bit is 1 1 as well as B bit is 1 1. In this case, if I multiply, so 1 into 1 will be 1, 1 into 1 will be 1, then followed by 1 into 1 will be 1, followed by 1 into 1. So it will be 1, 1 plus 1 will be 0 with a carry 1, 1 plus 1 will be 0 with a carry 1. So I am supposed to get 1001 as my answer. So if I start putting those numbers here, my B1 is 1, A1 also 1, this also 1 and this also 1. So that means you are going to produce output 1 here, you are going to produce output 1 here. That means your C0 will be 1. Then if you come here, this also 1 and this also 1, and this 1 into 1 half adder will produce sum 0 and carry 1. This carry goes here, again it will be 1 1, so it will be 0 and carry 1. So if you look at here, your 101 is obtained. Even if you do it manually or by using circuit, you are getting the same result. So this is how you are going to perform the 2-bit multiplication. Suppose if you want 3-bit multiplication, you are supposed to use AND gates. And in addition to AND gates, you are going to use full adders. If you increase to 4-bit, you are going to use AND gates with 4-bit adder. So this become little complicated circuit. For the general idea purpose, you can have both 1-bit and 2-bit multiplication for this STLD course. So this is all about your multiplication circuits, how to produce the 1-bit and 2-bit multiplication using a combination logic circuit. Now I'm going to show you how to design the comparator circuits. Now I'm going to show how to do the comparator circuit. So before that you need to understand where we use a comparator circuit. In most of the cases, your comparator circuit are used to monitor a physical quantity. So in most of the industries or any process, you are going to monitor a physical quantity. Either it can be temperature or pressure or maybe humidity or some physical quantity. It need to be maintained at certain predefined level. So your physical quantity should be maintained at a predefined level in any industry or in any process. So to do that, we need a comparator circuit. So in order to maintain a predefined level, you need a comparator circuit. This comparator circuit will always compare the binary value of the given physical parameter, which is sensed by sensor. That means your sensor is going to sense a physical quantity and produce the binary equivalent of that analog quantity. That binary quantity will be compared with a preset binary number. If both are same, then it doesn't have to do any action. If it is less than or greater than, you are supposed to do appropriate action according to the instruction given to the particular actuator which is connected in the system. So this is where you are going to use the comparator circuit. So in order to do the comparator, in order to do the comparison of binary numbers, we can use the basic element. So you can use basic XNOR gate for the comparator purpose, like comparison application of binary numbers. I'll show you just in a moment. So if we take the XNOR gate truth table or XNOR gate working, XNOR gate is going to produce output. It is going to produce output 1 when produce output I when both the inputs are equal. Both inputs are equal. So that means when A and B are same, it produces an output 1. It can be 0 0 or it can be 1 1. So that means you can use XNOR gate for the comparison purpose, whether the given bits are equal or not. Suppose if you want to compare only one bit number, so I can directly use my one XNOR gate. If output is 1, A is equals to B. If output is 1, and if output is not 1, I can say A or X. Here A is not equal to, suppose if output is 0, you can say that here A and B bits are not equal. Suppose if you have a 2-bit number, in that case you have to use the 2 XNOR gates. So let us take simple example for the 2-bit case. So what you are going to do, you are going to use 2 XNOR gate, one for A0 B0 and another for A1 B1. So if I want to say my A and B are, A bits are A1 A0 and B bits are B1 B0. If I want to say A equals to B, in this case I have to fulfill the condition that both A0 B0 should be 1 as well as A1 and B1 also 1. So I am going to use one AND gate to get my output here. That means your AND gate output will be 1, okay, only when A0 B0 is 1 and A1 B1 is 1. That means when output is 1 in this case, that means your A equals to B. Suppose if output is 0 means, output 0 means suppose your A0 B0 is not equal, in this case is going to produce 0 output. Even though if A1 B1 is 1, you are going to get 0 into 1 will be 0. That means you can say A not equal to B. So this is how you can use a simple XNOR gate. Suppose you have a 3 bit, then you are going to use the 3 XNOR gates and with one AND gate. Similarly, you have 4 bits, 4 XNOR gate with one AND gate, and all the 4 XNOR gate output is connected to one AND gate. When all the 4 XNOR gates output is 1, then only your AND gate output will be 1. Then only you can say that 4-bit numbers are equal in nature, or else you can say if the output is 0, you can say A not equal to B. This is only for comparing two binary numbers and say whether both are equal or not. Okay, but in real time situation we may need more precise information. That means we may not only require A equals to B, but also we may require whether quantity is greater than or less than also. That means you need to provide a circuit which produces both A greater than B, A less than B also. Please remember all the three quantities are important for a comparator circuit. So we can use this comparator, this circuit, for only comparing two binary numbers, whether they are equal or not, but not whether A is less than B or A greater than B. So you are going to design a combination logic circuit in which you are going to have two inputs. That means you are going to have one combination logic circuit, so in which you are going to have two inputs. That means your A input and B input, it can be 1 bit or 2 bit or it can be any bit, and you are going to produce three outputs. So one output is A equals to B, another output is A greater than B, and one more output is A less than B. So this is a circuit you are going to develop now. Okay, those circuit is nothing but a comparator circuit. So as we discussed, like 1 bit adder, 2 bit adder, and 1 bit multiplier, we are going to also see first 1 bit comparator, then 2 bit comparator, and then 4 bit comparator. And at the same time we are going to show the simulation of your all the comparator circuit using DEET software. Let's start with 1 bit comparator first. Let's start with 1 bit comparator. So 1 bit comparator means you are going to have your A and B. A is having A0 number and B is having B0 number. That means you are going to have a circuit where you are going to have A bits here and B bits here, and you are going to produce first one as A0 greater than B0, second output as A0 equals to B0, and third output as A0 less than B0. In order to get a circuit here, you are going to consider the A inputs and B input. Then you are going to consider the three possible outputs: A greater than B, A equals to B, then A less than B. I am going to show you how to construct the truth table for comparator circuit for all the three. Let's take both are 0 0. In this case your A equals B will be 1 and other output should be 0. When you keep 0 1, that means your A0 is greater than 1 and remaining 2 will be 0. When I keep 1 0, that means your B is greater, that means A less than B will be 1 and remaining are 0. When both are 1 1, your A equals B will be 1 and rest all are 0s. So you got the input combinations and their output, required output. Now I am going to make 3 K-maps: one K-map for A greater than B, one K-map for A equals to B, one K-map for A less than B. So if I make a K-map for A greater than B first, so I am going to write it my B0 bar here, B0 here, and A0 bar here and A0 here. Please remember I am taking this direction. A0 is my LSB and B0 is my MSB. In this case you are going to write 0 1 0 and 0. So if I take the output for A greater than B, I am going to have minterm as A0 into B0 bar, and if I take for A equals to B, so I'm going to fill 1 0 0 1, and this is my B0 bar and B0 A0 bar A0. I'm going to get it. A equals to B will be two isolated ones. If I consider, it will be A0 bar B0 bar plus A0 into B0. I can write it as A0 XNOR B0 for A equals to B. Similarly, if I take for A less than B, 0 0 1 0. So in this case, if I write it for A less than B, you are having only isolated one, that is nothing but B0 into A0 bar. So now you got the output expression for all the three conditions. I'm going to design my circuit by using your output. So what I'm going to take my A0 and B0 here. So I'm going to use one XNOR gate here. This XNOR gate is going to produce my A equals to B output. So your XNOR gate output is nothing but A XNOR B0, A0 XNOR B0. Now I'm going to consider for A greater than B. For A greater than B, I'm going to take this will be A0 times B0 bar. You are going to produce an output A0 times B0 bar. This is nothing but A greater than B. Now I'm going to take one more circuit with the AND gate here. Here I'm going to take B0 times. So I'm supposed to make not gate here, I'm sorry. Similarly, you're going to have output as B0 times A0 bar. This is nothing but A less than B. So now if I look at here, this entire thing will be in the box. This entire thing will be in the box. So this entire circuit is nothing but one bit comparator circuit, and it is going to produce three outputs: A greater than B, A equals to B, and A less than B. Now I'm going to show you the DEET software simulation of one bit comparator in a moment. Now you can see here, this is my one bit comparator circuit. So I'm going to start with both inputs are equal. As you can see, one XNOR gate here and two AND gates with the A0 into B0 bar and B0 into A0 bar here. So let's run my simulation. If you look at here, when both inputs are 0 0, you are going to get output as 1 for A equals to B output. That means both inputs are equal. Let's make it both 1. So you can again see here A equals to B, A equals to B equals to 1. I mean, like A equals to B output is 1. If I make 1 0, that means A0 is greater than B0. That means A greater than B. You can see A greater than B is enabled. If I make B0 1 and A0 0, in this case your A is less than B, so you can see A is less than B is enabled. This is how we can construct a 1-bit comparator and cross check our results. Now I am going to show you how to construct the 2-bit comparator in a moment. Now let's start with 2-bit comparator. So that means you are going to have A as A1 A0 and B as B1 B0. Now we are going to compare these 2 bits, and you are supposed to produce same 3 outputs: A less than B, A equals to B, and A greater than B. So that means you are going to have total 4 inputs for your circuits. Your A0 A1, A0 B0 and A1 B1, and you are going to have total 3 outputs: A equals to B, A greater than B, and A less than B. That means you are going to have total 4 input that I am going to take it here. That is A1, A0, then B1, B0. Then you are going to have output as A greater than B, then A less than B, and A equals to B. I am going to consider my all possible combinations. Let's take both are 0 0. In this case, my A equals to B will be 1 and rest all are zeros. If I make 0 0 0 1, that means your B is 1, A is 0. In this case, you are going to have A less than 1 and remaining are zeros. If I keep 0 0 1 0, in this case again A less than 1, remaining are zeros. If I keep 0 0 1 1, again A less than 1, remaining are zeros. Okay, This for first four combinations. Let's try to see next combinations also. If I take 0 1 0 0, in this case a greater than will be 1, rest will be 0. So now I'm going to show you the fill truth table of all the possible combination. There's some leftover possible combination. Then we try to see how to get the minimized expression for a greater than b, a less than b, and a equals to b in a moment. If you look at here, these are the all possible input combination as well as the three output combination, like a equals to b, a greater than b, a less than b. If I want to write a expression or output expression for the, let's consider a greater than b. So I'm going to do a 4 variable k map here. I'm going to make my a1 bar a0 bar, then a1 bar a0, then a1 a0, then a1 a0 bar, then similarly there will be 0 0 0 0, first 4 zeros, then 1 0 0 0 0 0 0, then 1 1 0 0, then 1 Now you fill all the numbers. Now I am going to show you how to get the minimized expression. So to get the minimized expression, I am not going to form pairs with these two ones. I am going to take as it is, but I am going to form a quad here. If I write for a greater than b, I am going to write, if I take this as quad, so it will be a1 times b1 bar. As if I write it for this individual, this will be a1 bar a0 into b1 bar b0 bar, plus if I take this one, it will be a1 a0 times b1 b0 bar. So if I rearrange the terms, it will be a1 b1 bar plus a0 into b0 bar. I'm going to take common, it will be a1 bar b1 bar plus a1 into b1. This is nothing but a1 XNOR b1 into a0 times b0 bar plus a1 into b1 bar. This is my a greater than b output. Similarly, if we write it for a equals to b, if you look at, so if I do it for a equals to b, so you are going to get 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0. So that means you are going to get an output for a equals to b as a1 XNOR b1 multiply with a0 XNOR b0. So please you try to take individual isolate output minterm, then try to take the common. You are going to get an expression exactly 2 XNOR gate, multiplication of 2 XNOR gates. Similarly, you also try for a less than b also. Okay, if I write it for a less than b, a1 bar into b1 plus a1 XNOR b1 times a0 bar into b0. This is my output expression for a less than b. Now I am going to construct the circuit by using all the three outputs. So that means we have output expression for a greater than b as a1 into b1 bar plus a0 into b0 bar times a1 XNOR b1. Similarly, a equals to b will be a1 XNOR b1 into a0 XNOR b0. Similarly, a less than b will be a1 into a1 bar into b1 plus A0 bar into B0 times A1 XNOR B1. Now I'm going to construct my circuit using these outputs. So if I draw the circuit, I'm going to have my A1 B1 first, then A0 and B0 next. So I'm going to use one XNOR gate first to check whether A1 and B1 bits are same or not. Then one more XNOR gate to check my A0 and B0 bits are equal or not. If both are equal, I'm going to connect these two inputs to an AND gate. So this AND gate is going to produce my A equals to B output. Whenever your A1 B1 is 1, A0 B0 1, you're going to produce output 1, and output 1 here you're going to get A equals to B output is high. Now I'm going to construct using two AND gates here. Similarly, you're going to use one more AND gate here and one more AND gate here. For the first AND gate, I'm going to connect my A1 into B1 bar. This is nothing but A1 into B1 bar. In the second AND gate, you are going to take output of A XNOR B. Then I'm going to take A0 as it is and B0 will be in the complement form. So you're going to get A0 B0 times A1 XNOR B1. Now I'm going to use one OR gate to produce A greater than B. Similarly, in this case also, first we are going to take A1 bar times B1. So it's going to produce A1 bar times B1. Then I'm going to take output of A1 XNOR B1 as one input for the second AND gate. Then A0 bar, then B0. So this is nothing but A0 bar times B0 into A1 XNOR B1. I'm going to use one more. I'm going to use one more OR gate to add those things. You're going to get the A less than B output. So this is how you're going to construct your circuit for the 2-bit comparator. I'm going to show the DEET simulation of the same circuit in a moment. So you can look at here, this is my 2-bit comparator circuit in which I'm going to use two XNOR gate for A equals to B input, because you can see here this is one XNOR gate for A1 B1 and this another XNOR gate for A0 B0, and output of these two XNOR gates are given to AND gate. This AND gate output is 1 only when both XNOR gate output is 1, that nothing but both the inputs are equal. And if you look at the upper side, the first AND gate is taking inputs as A1 into B1 bar, and second AND gate is taking input as A0 into B0 bar, and along with A1 XNOR B1. Similarly, in this lower side also, this will be A1 bar into B1 and this will be A0 bar into B0 times A1 XNOR B1, and you're going to add those outputs with a OR gate. That means A greater than B can be happen when A1 is greater than B, or when A1 equals to B1, at the same time your A0 can be greater than B0. Similarly at the lower side also. Now I'm going to test my circuit. Now all the inputs are same. You can see your A equals to B is enabled. Let's make it your B1 is 1, A1 is 1. Again you can see here your A equals to B because your lower order bits also same. Let's make all 1. Still your A equals to B is enabled. Let's make 0 1 0 1. Again your A equals to B is enabled. Now I'm going to go to the A greater than B. Let's make a b bit 0 0. Let's make a1 is 1. A greater than b is enabled. Let's make a1 and b1 same and make a0 as 1. In this case your a1 and b1 is 1, but if you compare a0 and b0, your a0 is greater than b, so a greater than b will be enabled. I'll try to show you how to get the a less than b. Let's take a1 is 0 and b1 is 1. That means your a less than b. Now so let us assume a1 and b1 are equal. Then my b0 is 1. In this case also your a is less than b. So this is how we can verify the behavior of a 2-bit comparator using your basic gates. Now I'm going to show you how to do the 4-bit comparator. Now let's see the 4-bit comparator. So if you want to do the 4-bit comparator, your circuit, your combinational circuit supposed to have 4 inputs of A, 4 inputs of B. That means you are going to have total 8 inputs and you are going to have 3 possible outputs as usual: A equals to B, A greater than B, A less than B. But if you look at here, there are 8 inputs. That means you are going to have 2 power 8 possible combinations. Okay, instead of testing all 2 power 8 possible combinations, we are going to use a simple logic, like we are going to use a basic logic which we applied for our 2-bit comparator and try to construct the 4-bit comparator. So in order to do that, you need to understand certain things. First we will start with A equals to B circuit. I am going to construct part by part. So if you want to construct A equals to B circuit, I am supposed to see my A1, your A3 should be B3, your A2 should be B2, and A1 should be B1, and A0 should be B0. So if I want to produce output A equals to B, I am supposed to have A3 equals to B3 and A2 equals to B2, A1 equals B1, A0 equals. That means you can take 4 XNOR gates plus 1 AND gate and you can produce the output. That means you are going to have a circuit, one circuit for A3 B3 and one circuit for A2 B2 and one more circuit for A1 B1 and one more circuit for A0 B0. Okay, so you are going to have your A3 B3, A2 B2, then A1 B1, then A0 B0. All these outputs will be connected to a AND gate. Now this circuit is going to produce A equals to B output for the 4-bit comparator, because it will compare all the 4 bits using XNOR gates, and if all are 1, that means if these 2 bits are equal, these 2 bits are equal, these 2 bits are equal, these 2 bits are, you are going to produce an output 1. So this is the A equals to B circuit. Now I am going to show you A greater than B circuit, how you are going to do that. So in order to generate circuit for A greater than B, first we will write it as A3, A2, A1, A0 and B3, B2, B1 and B0. First case, let's take something like this. Let's take case number 1 in which A3 is greater than B3. So when A3 is greater than B3, so let's look at case number 1. Your A3 is greater than B3. That means your A3 bit is greater than B3. That is MSB bit of A3 is greater than MSB bit of B. That means you can say A is greater than B. So in this case, I can take my expression as A3 into B3 bar. Whenever A3 into B3 bar is 1, your output supposed to show A greater than B. This is the first case. Now take the second case. Let's take 1 1. Let's take 0 0 1. In this case, my A3 equals to B3. When A3 equals to B3, then I am supposed to compare my, if you look at here, my A3 and B3 are same. In this case I am going to compare A2 and B2. If you look at here, my A2 is greater than B2. So that means your A is greater than B, provided your A3 equals to B3. So in this case I am going to take my output expression as A3 x NOR B3 multiplied with A2 into B2 bar. Whenever this entire term is 1, this entire term will be 1 when A3 and B3 are 1 and A2 into B2 bar is 1, and I am going to get output as A greater than B. This is a case 2. Now go to the case 3. Just take case 3. In this case I am going to take my so in this case if you look at here, my A3 equals to B3 and A2 equals to B2. So in this case I am supposed to compare A1 and B1. If I look at here, my A1 is greater than B1. I can again say A is greater than B only when A3 equals to B3 and A2 equals to B2. At the same time A1 should be greater than B1. That means I can write my output expression as A3 x NOR B3 multiplied with A2 x NOR B2 and A1 times B1 bar. This is my output expression or minterm expression. If all the three terms are 1, that means A3 B3 is 1. That means both are equal, means 1, and this also equal, this will be 1. When you are having A1 1 and B1 is 0, this will also win. That means in this case also you are going to get output as A greater than B. Now there is the last case, that's the case number 4. Case number 4, I am going to have something like this. In this case my A1, A3 equals to B3 and A2 equals to B2 and A1 equals to B1. That means all the three inputs are equal. I am going to compare A0 and B0. If you look at here, my A0 is greater than B0. Again I am going to get output A greater than B, provided your A3 x NOR B3 multiplied with A2 x NOR B2 and A1 x NOR B1 into A0 into B0 bar. So this term is going to produce my A greater than B output. That means, so if you want to generate a circuit for A greater than B, you are supposed to consider the output of case 1, case 2, case 3 and case 4. That means you are going to get a case 1 minterm plus case 2 minterm plus case 3 minterm plus case 4 minterm. That means you are going to have total 4 minterms. If I write it at one place, so what I am going to construct is I am going to use first target as A3 into B3. That means A3 is greater than B3. And second case I am going to consider one extra input, that is nothing but A3 x NOR B3, as well as you are going to consider A2 into B2 bar. So you are going to write it as A2 into B2 bar times A3 x NOR B3. Similarly I am going to consider one more. In this I am going to consider 4 inputs. Your 2 inputs are, this is A2 x NOR B2 and this is A1 x NOR B1, A3 x NOR B3, and this will be A1 and B1 with a NOT gate. So this is nothing but your A1 into B1 bar times A3 x NOR B3 and A2 x NOR B1, A2 x NOR B2. And similarly I am going to construct one more AND gate. So this will be last AND gate. For this I am going to have two inputs and three XNOR gate outputs. This is A3 XNOR B3, then A2 XNOR B2, then A1 XNOR B1, and here it will be A0 and B0. That means you are going to get it as A0 into B0 bar times A3 XNOR B3, A2 XNOR B2, then A1 XNOR B1. I am going to add these inputs. I am going to add these outputs to a OR gate. This OR gate is going to produce my A greater than B output. Similarly, you can construct same circuit for A less than B also. That I am going to show you directly in the DEET software. You can see here this is your 4-bit comparator circuit. If you look at here at the center, you are having 4 XNOR gates. All the 4 XNOR gate outputs are connected to a 4-bit 4-input AND gate, and this is going to give A equals to B output. That means whenever all these 4 XNOR gates are going to produce output 1, your AND gate output will be 1. You are going to say A equals to B. In other cases, if you look at here, this first one will be A3 into B3 bar. That means when A3 is greater than B3, if A3 equals to B3, then you have to consider the XNOR input of A3 B3, as well as you are going to consider A2 into B2. That means when A2 is greater than B2. When A2 also equal, then you have to consider the outputs of first XNOR gate and second XNOR. That means you are going to consider A3 B3 XNOR and A2 B2 XNOR. Then you are going to consider A1 into B1. That means A1 greater than B1. Even if that bits also equal, you are going to take the XNOR outputs of all the three A3 B3, A2 B2, A1 B1. Then you are going to consider A0 B0. Output of all these things are connected to an OR gate. This OR gate is going to produce output 1 whenever the condition is satisfied. Similarly, you are going to get circuit for A less than B also. Now I am going to test and show you A less than A. First we will try to test the A equals to B. So let's all are zeros now. Let's make it A3 and B3 are 1 1. You can see it is showing A equals to B because the rest are also 0. Let's make it A2 and B2 also 1 1. Still it is showing A equals to B. Let's make it A1 and B1 also 1. Let's make it A1 and B1 also 1 1. Still it's showing A equals to B. Let's make it this also 1 1. Showing A equals to B. So as long as your all the inputs like A3 B3 and A2 B2 and A1 B1 A0 B0, you are going to get an output expression A equals to B is high. So if I make all the zeros now, I'm going to show you when A3 is greater than B3. That means if you look at here, when A3 is greater than B3, your high upper AND gate will activate because it is going to produce output 1. That output will be enabled here. Means A is greater than B. Suppose your A3 and B3 are 1 1 and your A2 is 1. In this case, your second AND gate going to produce output 1 because your A3 and B3 will produce output 1. This will give you 1. And if you look at here A2 and B2 bar, again it's going to produce output 1. Similarly, if you consider both are same, then it's going to compare your A1 and B1. Let's make A1 is 1. In this case also, it's going to produce output A greater than B because your A3 B3 are equal and A2 B2 are equal. Your A1 is greater than B1. So if I make this also equal and make A0 is 1, in this case all the higher order bits are equal. I am going to compare A0 and B0 and A0 is greater than B0, so you are going to get A greater than B. Similarly, if you look for the A less than B, if I make everything once again all zeros, A equals B is enabled now. I am going to make my B3 is higher and A3 is lower. That means my B3 is greater than A. That means A less than B. You can see A less than B is enabled. If I make A3 B3 same and make B2 is 1, in this case your A3 B3 already equal. That means you have to compare the lower order bits. If you look at the lower order bits, your A2 is less than B2. That means you are going to get A less than B. If I make A2 B2 also equal, then you are going to consider the A1 B1. If I make B1 1, in this case also your A1 is less than B1. So you are going to produce A less than B. If I make all the 3 bits again 1 I'm going to compare my A0, B0. If I make B0 1, again it's going to produce A less than B. So this is how you are going to generate a circuit for 4-bit comparator to compare two 4-bit numbers. This is the final circuit which I did it on a DIT software. You can also give a try. Okay, this is all about your 4-bit comparator. Now this is the 4-bit comparator circuit. Whatever we just now saw the simulation, same thing here. The first, this under 4 XNOR gates produce A equals to B, and above circuit to produce A greater than B, and below circuit going to produce the A less than B. You can take a pen and paper and cross check your data. You take some arbitrary data and try to cross check your circuit. So this is all for today's lecture. In the next lecture we are going to see how your IC 7485, a 4-bit comparator, what is the logic of that particular IC circuit, and what are the input and output, how they are connected to each other. Those and cascading of your 4-bit comparators will be discussed in the next lecture.